Okay, so right in alignment with stopping this other track. Okay, so right in alignment with the last conversation about, this ain't about the money, it's about putting the purpose first. One thing that's going to help everybody is we got these life purpose budget templates essentially in the worksheets that we're going to include in here. And what it does is it helps you actually identify your purpose in the most cosmic, spiritually aligned way. And that's what we do things. That's the way we do things. So we're going to go over the steps just to explain the process of that life purpose budget. So if you got the life purpose budget in front of you, you want to help other people get their life purposes intact, just define, even just that step. We all in the temple of love, all people that participate with Mancism is lawfully capable and authorized to allow people to go over that life purpose budget template. It's a nice introduction to the whole system, because even if a person didn't know the system and you just walk up to them, hey, would you like to know your life purpose, or you think you know it, you want to be able to budget that out to see exactly what you got to do to live that purpose this lifetime, that's a great free service of love that we can put out there for people, and at the same time use it in our households. And there's a few beautiful steps. The first step is just realizing that we utilize the first and last name, the birthplace, and the time of birth, because we're pulling off the natal chart. We're coming straight from the natal chart. First and foremost, the natal chart represents the astrological perspective of your DNA. Let's just put it like that. It's your cosmic DNA structure. It's exactly the energy from the cosmos as a line that represents you. And it has some very interesting aspects in there, things to look at. And the things that we look at in the natal chart to assist you with identifying your purpose and coming up with this budget for your lifetime and annually, but we're going to talk about the life purpose budget here, is the North Node, the Midhaven, the Sun sign. And sometimes we also look at the Stelliums, or what they call, other people call them Stelliums. Yeah. Whatever. What that is, that's specific marks in your natal chart where you can see like a group of planets that's aligned, at least 3. It also shows like your core force and where that's at. But let's just talk about these 3 things real quick, why we look at that. First off, the North Node, that's like your soul's mission. We don't get too deep in the astrological meaning and significance of it. Just know that's important. We want to see where the North Node of someone's natal chart is at. It kind of gives you the core essence of that being. We look at the Midhaven, it really has a lot to do with your career and your legacy. So when you're thinking about organizational purposes or where this person could fit best in a system or a structure, whether it's a family or relationship, you can see that there looking at the Midhaven. And again, the Sun sign, core force. Well, that's not again. That's what it's all about. It's about the core force of that person. What's the most charged force of that entity that you're dealing with. And again, the Stelliums, these are a few planets that serves like a cluster. It may look like a cluster on your natal chart, yet that shows your core force as well. We help people see that, identify that, because then when they do more research on that, they may realize, wow, this really is talking to me about me in a way that I've never heard. Now, what things in the world would you like to change or improve? These are things that we just ask a person. After we know these 3 or 4 aspects of their natal chart, we asking them, hey, what things in the world would you like to change or improve? This gives us a sense to see where this person is in their life from their perspective, what issues concern them. What things do you love doing? What do you love doing alone? Right? This helps us understand and see what does this person love in and of their own volition. Like, what is it that they like, period? What do they love, period? Right? Now, what do you love doing with others? We could talk about that as well. What sense of community do they feel? What's the purpose and why? That's what that question is aimed to find out. What talents do you have to offer others in the world? This is from their perspective again, these questions. So we can see how they perceive themselves. What talents do they have to offer? They may even acknowledge some talents that they want to develop. What skills and talents do you wish to obtain in life? That's the next question again. Because now somebody can say, hey, I got these skills, but I want to get these skills in life as well. Now, last but not least, list all the things that you wish to accomplish before your physical vessel returns to the earth in order in order of importance. So now that's just a person, just essentially like a bucket list. Essentially, what are the things in your life that you must do? Okay, now when you got all that answers from somebody, and when somebody's forced to ask them questions, they probably ain't never asked themselves those questions. They probably never looked at their life like that. They probably want to find some answers to some of those questions. But it's a great place to start. That life purpose, it's about the purpose. 100 trillion%. Because from there you can map out where somebody's at, where they wish to be. You can look at their Midhaven North Node sun sign, see some challenges that they may have in their life that they need to be dealing with, see the strengths that they have that helps them overcome. And it's a very beautiful picture. And then with that, we start to add it up. What does it cost for all of these things that you defined you wish to do? You love doing alone. You love doing with others. If we was to map this out and put this on the schedule, how much dollars would you need to keep doing this for the rest of your life? That's how we get the life purpose budget. And the annual purpose budget is very much so similar. We just have them list all the things that they wish to accomplish in that specific year. Then calculate the budget for all of the things that they wish to accomplish, right? For that specific year. That's how they get their annual purpose budget, right? It's pretty much that simple. But if we was to go detailed, let me give you the details perspective. You're looking at all the things they wish to accomplish. You calculate the budget, right? Then you list all the items that they must pay for the year, because that's an additional budget, right? They say, hey, I want to do all these things, and I got all these bills. Okay, great. Now we add all that up, and we got the total annual purpose budget. That's how we get the total annual purpose budget. Now there is a third number that helps us. And once we got this third number, is more so a ratio, and it adjusts according to our community, okay, and the community participants and the vendors. And we'll talk about that, because once you know somebody's life purpose in that budget, the annual purpose in the budget, now we're looking at what's the in-network versus out-of-network budget ratio, meaning how much of this budget could be taken care of within our community, because we are a community. We have a community currency, we have members, we have participants, we have participating businesses. Now we have vendors. What services do the vendors offer who accept our community currencies that I could just spend community currencies with that's in my budget? Meaning, I look at my list items that's in the annual purpose budget or life purpose budget, and I can say, hey, this is all the things that I need to get done. How much of this can I get done with the community? Boom, you identify that number. You subtract the total budget from that number, and now you have your ratio. You have the percentage of community dollars you can use to satisfy the budget, and then you have the percentage of the budget that will be needed to be taken care of with, say, a foreign currency or out of the network currency. And what that does is helps you see how much currency you can use that's community based in a network to live your life, versus how much of that community currency you may need to accumulate and invest in certain ways that we'll talk about in the next video. You invest in certain ways so that you could actually get back certain amounts of United States dollars when you're dealing with certain investment opportunities when you get these love notes. That's going to be the next one. And I believe that's going to be a super bonus. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a bonus. But no, we're going to drop it like it's hot, because we ain't holding no information. Watch out for that next one. It's hot. For those who got ears to hear, eyes to see, that's what it is. And that's what it's going to be. Because just like that, we just went 13 for 13.